everyone, my name is Mitz, and here back with Fees of Conflict of Interest. So, I've actually looked up and actually tried to piece together exactly how you're supposed to do a bluff here without me going to blind little thing here for saving interest of time. And it seems literally just saying literally someone else could be like a suspect based on the users of the website. But there was a weird specific way to actually present that, which I want to see if you can actually do in other ways. So the right way to do is actually present Anton Sims' profile here for, I guess, to indicate it could have simply just has been him. But can we also present like Stranger to Love or like literally IP addresses like other users' names? Would that work? No, that doesn't work. Wowee. It's literally just only him. Like, what was it? Like, when the IP address work, I actually really want to test this out. I honestly really want to. Because, like, you can... I didn't click the phone. Like, the IP log shows all the users, so it should be, like... This could be their way to present stuff like that, right? No. Wowee. That's kind of strange. No, I definitely would not have guessed that. It was just... Yeah, it's literally just presenting his profile. It's a bit weird. This whole case is weird. Like, the last case, and, like... In the first case, like, really well organized, but this? This needs more guiding hints and principles. All you have for this one is we just gotta bluff and see how it is, but not exactly where to bluff, or anything like that, or what to bluff about. And bluffing is only about pressing instead of, presenting. Well, that's not true at all. Why don't we take our list of users and narrow things down? With this IP address list, that's literally taken for the IP list. Legitimately. Our witness from yesterday was 30,000 feet in the air. We learned yesterday that she used multiple accounts. 2 of those appeared in the flame war. We can cross off both. Pure Madness and Salmonella. Bad player, being the victim, can be ruled out, obviously. Samurai Justice and Stranger to Love never participated in the flame war. If that was truly the catalyst as they claim, they couldn't be involved. So go by your own logic, we can exclude them. This leaves mess 3Ds _ N00B and... Funny. Isn't that your username? Mr. Sims, if we can accept things the way you say they happen... Oh, okay, that makes more sense now in my head. Well, if we're going the whole thing, the flame war is a catalyst, but that logic lately, anyone can just, like, read it and, like, use it as... Oh, the catalyst for, like, motives happening. But, like, It's not like... It's like from what we literally know that just Anton Sims and Bad Player had some bad blood between them from what we know. If this is the catalyst, so it doesn't make much sense. Again, the culprit, like, no matter what, just uses a way to do it. Just cover. Then it looks like you two are a suspect. With all you've done to lead us off track today, I say that makes you very suspicious. You killed Bad Player, didn't you? Mr. Sims, is this true? No! Onigashimasu, I didn't do it! Gomen Nasai! You have a lot to answer for. Please believe me, Sensei. I didn't want any of this. Yes, they made me do it. Who did? I can't tell you, they won't let me. They've been forcing me to cooperate. They told me that if I didn't, they would kill my mother. Or Valley's family, it had to be them. I didn't kill anyone. Sensei, my mother. That's why you forged a screenshot? That other man, they wanted me to cover for him. He goes to my site all the time. I know about it, but they wouldn't let me do anything. After the murder, I was told to keep people on the boards from talking about it. Otherwise, they might start figuring things out. This man, who is he? I don't think he's gonna say anymore. It will have to be me. This is the user the family wanted him to cover for. We're no strangers to lose. Strangers to Love. He's a poster on your site. And Ursa Major 777. I always see him on, but he never says anything. Maybe he has some other kind of agenda. Like using your site to coordinate his actions. So any user who doesn't write much is a psychotic killer. Okay. This person's been acting rather suspicious, actually. Mr. Sims, you have full access to everything on AF, correct? Hi. Then maybe you could get us on this account. If anything shady's going on, you can find it right away. And if you're too worried about your mother being targeted to be killed, we can literally just ask from the police to put her in witness protection. We don't have a warrant. Wouldn't that be invasion of privacy? Not at all. As owner of the site, the witness would be able to grant us full access. All we need is this okay. Well, Mr. Sims, what do you think? Log us into Stranger to Love and we can settle this. Sims took him. What? Sims can't help you there. Why is again? What? That reaction. Mr. Sims clearly terrified this man. Have they met? Oh, hi. The account Stranger to Love was deleted last night. What? What? Wait, hold on a second. Why are you keeping the tabs on that then? It no longer exists. I thought you said that you didn't want to be involved in the criminal case. You're focusing more on Webb's criminal activities. Why are you going into other users? And from what we know and what we've seen of Bad Player's own account, the two have reasonably never contacted each other. Huh. It was deleted? What happened? And who are you? I'm the man running this case. As for your other questions, it appears the family got to it. They realized they were about to be caught and rushed to erase all evidence. This is what I get for letting you all tamper with a case. What link was there with Stranger to Love and Bad Player? What link was there? The only link that we know of that proves they have a link is literally based on pure Madness's own admission that she was the one to start the whole flame war told to her by Stranger to Love. How would you know about that unless you talked to her? Which, by your own admission and account, literally, she almost has nothing to do with. Except for that she did bring up, accusing Bad Player of starting it up, but... Are there any backups for the information? No. They forced Sims to delete everything related to that account. They forced Sims. What? How do you... As if it never existed. Isn't that right, Sims? Hi, Sodesu. What are you doing here, Togamera? Shouldn't you be at your crime scene? I can wait. Wait, why did you even come here? Wright managed to convince me yesterday that the two cases are very much interlinked. And as such, I put in a request to my superiors for the two to be merged into one. Under my supervision, of course. Right? What? I didn't... What? How do we prove that these are two interconnected? Please, tell me all about this. I would love to hear it. I would love to hear it from the horse's mouth. As a lead man here, I can give you a full accounting of what I found. Oh, how little you found. You just basically just hold yourself off inside the victim's room. And the only thing that we know in there is just a computer and a bed. And maybe some clothes. Because... It's people's rooms. Do we have a choice? No. You don't. Wowee, golly gee willikers. This is gonna go great. My logic, you say. What about Books or both of the family? They're working together. Okay, where's your proof that Books is involved then? They used the site to coordinate their actions. Sins was in on it too. They bullied him into cooperating. But then Books betrayed his partner and killed him. His supposed alibi was prearranged for him. Forged. What? No, just a minute. I still don't quite understand who you are. I'm Agent Togamera from the Federal Bureau. Oh, so you're the FBI agent that Detective Waters mentioned. I am? Wait. Waters not a part of this case, though? He has never testified in this trial, though. What? I've been tasked with uncovering the crimes of both the victim and his accomplice. What, did Waters talk to the judge? Well, I mean, it makes sense, but, I have been tasked with uncovering the crimes of both the victim and his accomplice. The search has proven very fruitful. My testimony here should be enough to convict Books. Okay, my first question is if Books and Webb are part of the family, why was Books tasked to assassinate Walter Wade Webb then? Especially if he's a notorious criminal who's very loyal to the Revali's, from just what I gathered from how you talked to Wade about this. So, what is the motive and reasoning for that? And why is there this whole big wraparound of there being like the flame war being used as a catalyst of it? Why? And if he was planned to be assassinated from the very beginning, why would Books then make some sort of weird thing of being involved in a flame war on the internet just to only to prove there was some weird animosity on there? Why? Why would they both be on there just to like egg each other back and forth? What, to like give evidence that they have some animosity towards each other? What? Doesn't make much sense? No? And for that matter, just the whole thing, the flame war itself, just makes it even more obvious to be Books itself, because he literally used techniques that were from the flame war itself, or the whole boombox. Why? Why would a killer do that if they don't want to be found out? Why? Well, they're lying on the their Valley's family, like you know, just bailing them out. Like, yeah, like that works so many times before. And then I can finally bring my case to a close. Our case, right, Williamson? These two don't seem to play well together. What makes you think that? Well, he did kick him off his own crime scene. Just dropping it, cross-examining him already. Bitter much? Like ice-cold coffee. It's like iced coffee, but, you know, coffee, but cold. God, I just remembering that from the second case of the first game, that was just, I don't know why that got to me. Webb and Books are both a family, they're working together. Okay, do you have any more, like, do you have screenshots to show with this and to prove they're not, fabricated? Again, like I mentioned before, why don't we get a projector screen on here and show these private messages some way or another, and doing all this, threads and all that. My client isn't working with these people. This innocent fanboy acts will fool you. It has too many. Just the fact that you barely know the man. You met him 2 days ago, and you barely don't know him either, unless you basically encountered him several times before. And if they're going by that logic, tell us, give us evidence to show that he actually is a part of the Valley's family. Please, please. Give us some account records, like maybe a security camera of him walking into the building and coming out like hours later, something like that, you know? Because I heard from, you know, some random, like, you know, case I was a part of, like, some while ago. You probably never even heard of it, since you're really involved in, like, the whole Valley's family business of investigating them, that they had security cameras everywhere. Wowee. Huh. I thought you were investigating Webb, not Mr. Books. My goal is always to find Webb's allies. I have done that. I only wish to see him put away. Good. I don't care what your case has turned up. I'm not letting that happen. God damn it. They use the site to coordinate their actions. Okay, that makes sense, but, like, how do you prove that? How do you know that? Sim's confessed to me that he's been harboring criminals on his site. Mr. Sim confessed to you. When did you have a chance to talk to him? I'd known of his involvement since before you knew he existed, Williamson. What the fuck? Do not underestimate me. You have some nerve mocking me in this courtroom. Will you two please stop bickering? No. What, I don't have the right to point out your own hypocrisy? Is that something you wish to say, right? Yes, actually. You said your mission is more or less over, right? Just a few moments ago, you said you'd come accomplish your goal of finding Webb's allies. Maybe now you won't mind discussing what you found then? It's not that simple. We still risk tipping off the family. I don't think it would hurt to talk about their use of Ace Fan Club. They already closed down the account, so they're already aware of that. Why not just talk about the account Stranger to Love then? Aren't you love to hear about this, Agent Togamera? The courtroom is no place to be hiding anything. Very well. I see your point. I'll give you a limited selection of my data. Web Bad Player and Books said Stranger to Love. I think this is a good time to actually just, let's just bring, this up. Let's just, yeah, let's just bring this up. I don't even care anymore. Your Honor, take a look at this chart. Look at this chart. I think I found something that contradicts that statement. Yes, what am I looking for? You can notice here that every single one of Mass3D_N00B's posts, I'm always going to say like that, I don't care anymore, it's hilarious that way, is made from the same computer. His Strange of Love posts from a different place every time. Not one of those is from Mr. Book's apartment. Pfft, who presents something that's so unnoteworthy? It's obvious what the problem is here. All Books need to do is use a different connection. Simple. Wouldn't that be a hassle, using a new computer every single time that you log on? It was necessary to keep his cover. And also, it wouldn't be nearly as complicated as you'd think. There are other means of accessing the internet. In this, well, I was gonna say in this day and age, yes, but this is Phoenix Wright's. The technology is outdated more or less, even though it takes place in the around actually this exact same time period actually. Seriously? Any phone that's worth buying nowadays can access the internet. It's called Wi-Fi, Grandpa. Join the 21st century. Wait, could it be? I don't think we've seen any people who have phones. No, I had nothing else to go on. It might just be coincidence. And Books were both with the family. They were working together. Okay, so there's more than one contradiction here. They used the site to coordinate their actions. Okay, we already proved that was wrong. Citizen of 2, they bullied him into cooperating. Okay. Simlish. Mr. Sims did say the family intimidated him. Ah, so you understand that your client is guilty. What? I never said that. This is referring to Books. It was him the family wanted to cover for. Who would do that even after he murdered one of their own? You admitted it again. Wait, what? No, they'll just... Excellent, now let me continue. What the fuck? But then Books betrayed his own partner and killed him. Why would he do that? Why would he do that? Simple. Bubba's planning to betray them himself. This is conjecture. Menderes wouldn't have that, so he ordered Books to kill his own friend. Menderes? Who the fuck is Menderes? As you can see, he has shown where his true loyalties lie. Menderes? Yes, Williamson, you heard correctly. What was that? These two seem to know something about I don't. You're not even gonna bother asking then? Okay then. I suppose the alibi was prearranged for him. Forged. His alibi? You mean the 500 topic? Exactly. His friends, those Valley's fiends. They arranged to have somebody at his apartment posting under his username. That's similar to what we already discussed. You see, Williamson, I was right all along. What? This is the first I've ever heard you mention it. Well, maybe you won't discount what I say so quickly next time. These two clearly don't like each other. I don't believe it. Mr. Brooks wouldn't work for the Valley's family. I don't believe it either. First of all, he doesn't seem to type. Secondly, and more importantly, don't you think Williamson would have mentioned it by now? Well, federal case, maybe he wasn't allowed to know. We've been getting that answer a lot. I'm not fed up with it. You're being fed up with the feds? Yeah. Okay, so we presented this here, but we didn't press it. Is there anything else you want to so accurately say it? There's no way Mr. Book's a stranger to love. I assure you, my information is accurate. Then show me this evidence. What proof do you have of this? The testimony of Mr. Sims, and my own, of course, after we already basically just said... What do you have to say for your own self? We really just proved that Mr. Sims was already, covering forging things up. So it's kind of, a bit loosey-goosey to actually trust what he says by now. And yours? Unfortunately, the family is disabled to count, so I can't prove anything more directly. So what you're just saying is all you had to go by is your word. It's not even a whole case of literally just, you found something, you just saw... You saw a crime happen, like the other witnesses. This is mostly just, I saw something on the internet, and that means it must be true. I would tend to agree that the testimony of two separate people is rather compelling. This isn't right. I can think of more than one thing that contradicts this. More than one thing. Web at bad player and Books is strange to love. We'll prove the IP address, but there's something else that proves this? Please don't tell me it's the whole, we can't have two accounts thing. That doesn't make sense, so it has to be something else. So, something else. It doesn't make sense that Web has bad player because... Oh wait, no, Web is bad player. That makes sense, but... I thought of like said books had bad player. I was like, what? No. But books had Stranger Love, so we already presented the IP address. And by that logic, why would... What? So there's two things contradicting this. Okay, Web had bad player and books is Stranger Love. I'm assuming that it made contradictions to prove that books definitely should not have the Stranger Love account. So what else could prove that? IP address is there. I guess the only thing we can think of to prove is either the Flame War, because, again, why exactly lead to evidence of your own involvement as a paper trail, especially if it's so clearly established, you know, all that. Especially there's no other way of doing that. And then the screen cap and the 500 topic doesn't make sense. Okay, so it's either one of these three, but since I already know it's going to be something very specific, save. So the screen cap or this. No. So it can't be like, why forge it? If, like, why not, like, you know, again, like, why, if books is Stranger Love, why did them, like, then why exactly post about it saying, oh, it was definitely me and all that, So something else here, the screen cap, the 500 topic. I don't think it has anything to prove that books had Stranger Love, because the Stranger Love had nothing to do with the 500 topic. So the Flame or something? I can't think of anything else that apply here. I swear to God, if it's like, you can't have two accounts on here and all that, then yeah, please don't. Please don't do that, please. Nothing up here. That's from, like, Cody's case. Well, we don't even know. There's barely anything about Cody's case there. Ugh. Screen cap, chat log. Let's just go with the chat log for the time being. No, wait. Don't tell me it's the goddamn 500 topic. No, okay, there's something else here then. There's something else here. Web bad player and books is trying to love. What versus either contradict Web had bad player, which doesn't make any sense because obviously, and books had Strange to Love. Well, what exactly can prove that? Besides the IP log once again. Don't tell me. Are you fucking serious? Agent Turgamera, would you please look here? That is stupid. Because, like we already mentioned before, Pure Madness and Salmonella already had 2 accounts, and... What? And if, like, Anton Sins is really being, you know... is literally seriously being intimidated, the rules don't matter here, because he's being blackmailed to override the rules. But in Pure Madness' case, in Salmonella's case, like, literally, that woman has 2 accounts, and yet Anton Sins hasn't even recognized them. So, what? Oh my god. It says here in the site rules that people are prohibited from having multiple accounts. Oh wow, and Anton Sims is the administrator who actually made the website, and he's being intimidated by their values family based on your own testimony and all that. Oh wowee, golly gee willikers, this is gonna be great. So, there better be another spin to this. My client is Mass3D_N00B. He couldn't also be Stranger to Love. I agree with Togamera. So? I'm willing to bet he's not the first to break that rule. Nor will he be the last. It wouldn't be hard to fool Sims. All you had to do was register the account with a different computer. And that's exactly what he did. I'm going to side with the prosecution again. It wouldn't take much effort to break those rules. Now, browsers are iffy, and we had to present it. Oh my god. Those seem to be less rules and more, well, guidelines. Yeah. We already know there are people who don't pay attention to them. I know, it was a bluff. And actually, we did learn something very important from this. What? What's that? He knew Stranger Love registered on a different computer. Togamera has access to Ace Fan Club's IP log. Okay, it's actually a good, interesting spin. Huh. So he knows the IP address logs. They're working together. They used the site to coordinate their actions, had Stranger Love, books to Stranger Love. Sims and the 2, they bullied him to cooperating. So because of that, we have something else here? It was pre-arranged from forged. Is there anything else here? So those 2 go to that, but okay, so technically for the IP address thing, what does it change that he knows with the IP address, like the whole IP chart? What does that change? Pure Madness, we already know that she and Summoner are the same person. Masturbating Noob, like, literally all the same account, same computer, same apartment. Bad Player, it's a bit more, like, there was one time he logged on, like, once outside of it, probably from his own phone. Salmonella, literally the same thing as Pure Madness. Stranger Love, literally all over the place. Elite Asian Princess, 252, literally all from, you know, Anton Sen's house. Summer Justice, probably the same thing from Cody's house. So literally nothing is different. Maybe it's because maybe I don't quite understand, like, the numbers are like, just trying to piecing the numbers in my head has, like, got me, like, weird out how to actually perceive from here, but evidence-wise. Use the set of coordinator actions. Have Bad Player and books Stranger Love. I will say this, the whole IP address thing, here, it's actually, I think it's well utilized, but it's mostly just a fact of, like, exactly how to move on from here. Just the whole internet thing of, like, proving from the very first trial day of how important, like, you know, the you know, the internet was. It's kind of just, yeah. That's just probably just me just going, like, these motives are ridiculous and all that, but all proves that literally just, it doesn't really prove it was Norman Edmund Books. I don't care anymore. Norman, he's not very normal. God. And Books betrayed his partner and killed him. Okay. So there must be something else. There has to be something else doing the IP chart system. How he, like, what does this change for his testimony that he knows with the IP charts? What does this change? What does this indeed change? His partner killed him. I may need to figure this out more. Wait, oh my god, there's actually 3 things to contradict here? Right here. And honestly, just seeing it again, like, it makes a lot of sense. I didn't even realize it, but there's a 3rd thing to contradict here. Like, it's fine if, like, you can say there's, like, more than one. Wait, hold on, I actually want to see this again. Just be sure I get this wrong, because I'll blame that on me for not noticing it. But I want to be completely sure. There's no way. How many times does it say, like, you can actually prove how to, more than one? Okay, there's more than one. It implies there's 2. Okay, there's more than one. Okay, that's my fault, but there's more than one way to go about this. But oh boy, Jesus! Like, just after those 2, it seems like you have to present something else somewhere else based on the whole IP charts distant thing. That's what's being. I got lost track of that. I had to look up again. Whereas there's more to prove that it's not. And then books on here. It's actually more definitive. I didn't even realize it until now. Wow. That's actually, like, this is actually a cool contradiction to actually bring up. And actually a good point to make up. A normally quiet poster suddenly grew antagonistic after I spoke to Ursa Major 777, a member of the revised family. Mr. Books couldn't possibly be Stranger to Love. It's been active even after he was incarcerated. I don't want to say this, but I believe that I must. That was me. What the fuck? Wait, so you grew antagonistic to someone else who was investigating the case? What the fuck? You? I had to use the account. It was the only way to complete the mission. So you talked to Anton Sen at some point, you logged on to the killer's account, and antagonized us. You're not doing yourself any favors here. I broke into it. Yeah, sure. Books wasn't supposed to find out, as then he would tip off his cohorts. Wait, hold on a second. You were both... Wait, so you... So you logged on into the first day investigation on Ace Fan Club, looking into Bad Player's activities, and you're like, what you're gonna say here is that the first day that we tried talking to you, Stranger to Love, on the website, first investigation, that you were so busy combing through all the vast private messages that you must have shared with Ursa Major 777, and then we started talking to you and kept pressing you like, hey, we want to talk to you, a fellow user in the website, just like, oh, go away, I don't want to talk to anyone right now, I'm busy, and being like very antisocial. Are you being serious? No, Your Honor, that was Child's Play. That's a good movie. Good series, actually. Oh, I see. In any case, this court accepts your explanation. Please continue. Tuckermeyer had access to Stranger's love? Nick, that was him yesterday. He was the one threatening us. It was. I don't see how we can use it. But he was aggressive, but didn't say anything too incriminating. The account's gone. We can't use it as evidence. This guy's a real slime bag. What's his deal? It does bring up several questions. If it wasn't his account, there wasn't any reason for him to confront us. Unless... I wonder... Don't even keep doing the whole ... I wonder thing. Just point it out by now. It seems you have given answers for everything Mr. Wright has given. Yes, I do. Research has been very productive. I believe this is sufficient explanation of events, but... I don't, Your Honor. You don't? You don't? Of course not. Tuckermeyer, you've given a possible explanation for everything that happened, and you haven't given any proof of it. You will show us some, or the prosecution will not support this testimony. Williamson, need to remind you that my word overrules your own. Perhaps outside the courtroom, but you're here now, and you will play by our rules. You can't claim to have done an investigation and then show nothing from it. Thank you, Williamson. Please, thank you. And don't give me this federal case stuff. Your investigation's over. There's no reason for you to not tell us anything worthwhile, especially if you want to convict a man of murder here, too. Well, yeah, it's a good point. If you really want to get back at the Ravalli's family and Mr. Books is it, why wouldn't you give more evidence supplying just why don't you just like show evidence that only proves Norman Books is a Ravalli member and actually has a tie here and is more guilty of this? Why not just show only that and nothing else? If you're so inclined to believe that and everything else is so woefully confidential. Perhaps there are a few details that could have been filled in. Let's hear some more. The prosecution wants testimony on how the agents tracked the suspect, not merely on why. I see. Williamson just stood up to this guy and won. That's a good point. Stranger to Love. Stranger to Love was Books' account Ace fan club. He was one of Webb's underlings, a henchman you could call him. He's not quite as smart as Webb was. He left a trail online leading right to him. There's even a witness who reports seeing him. What? However, I'll admit that I haven't to thank for bringing my case to a close. That was less an explanation and more of just him stroking his ego. Well, that wasn't much better. If you are not satisfied with my work, perhaps you could do better. Oh, that's right, Williamson. Your case is over before I got here. Never mind that. Wright, begin the cross-examination. Tuckermeyer can explain further during it. Oh my god. Okay. Jeezums. Jeezums. Oh my god. Well, there's quite a, there's quite a lot to look through here, but I'll leave this off here. There's quite a lot to look through here, and I'm already getting more fired up because there's actually more to think about here instead of, the first entire case and trial, because that was just a whole waste of time. Even I just learned, about beforehand. And it wasn't even one of those things where the witness, saw something, or was mistaken of seeing something, and that had to be cleared up or anything like that. No, that was just a case of just literally just being completely and utterly filler and all that, with no rhyme or reason and all that. No, there's really no point to it. It was just there for padding. And here is actually, there's more substances to work through and all that. That was the reason I was getting really just more annoyed the first part of this case, and this is actually more entertaining and engaging. And oh boy, we'll figure out what else you goddamn fucking know and what you're pretending to know and what pretending to deduce for next time. So, for a fun time to watch as I am playing this, hope you see me next time, what time may be, and I hope you a fantastic day.